All right, welcome on in, everyone. My name is Coach Christian, and today I have Coach Heather with me as well, and we will be taking you through some supersets today. Lots of mobility and strength today, so grab some heavy weights. If you got a set of weights and a kettlebell, that would be great. But we're going to get warmed up. I'll tell you a little bit more about our supersets as we get there. Let's start with a Spider-Man with rotation. So Heather's going to drop it down into her high plank position. We're going to start by hopping one foot outside of your hand, keeping your hips nice and low. And then from here, we're going to open up the chest, follow the hand with the eyes, and knock out 5 reps on that side. Feel a good stretch. Take your time with these. Good. 5 on one side. Then you'll walk your foot back, bring your foot up on the other side, and knock out 5 over there. Now, as we get warmed up, the goal is to get the heart rate elevated, get your body moving a little bit so you're ready to go. Because we got 3 supersets that we are going to knock out today. First one's going to be a little bit more mobility. You'll get a little bit of strength work in it. And then we'll go into some heavier supersets where we got some deadlifts, some squats, some push presses, all sorts of good stuff today. Perfect. When you're done with your Spider-Man with rotation, we're going to go into a glute bridge. So on our backs next. This one, we're going to bring the heels in tight to the glutes, driving through the heels. We're lifting the hips up and squeezing the glutes for a second up at the top. So if I were to come around and poke you in the glute, it'd be nice and squeezed right now. So squeeze, control back down, 10 total reps. Perfect. There we go. Control on the way down. Getting the posterior chain ready to go. That's your glutes, your hamstrings, a little bit of the low back. It's all working together. And those are the same muscles that we're going to use in our sumo deadlift today as well. Perfect. Quad Superman tuck is coming next on the hands and knees for this one. What we're going to do is opposite arm, opposite leg extend. So just so you can see that position, Heather's got a straight line all the way from her heel to her hand, all the way across the back. The core is tight. And she's keeping her balance with that knee and the hand that stays on the ground there. So 5 on one side, we'll knock out 5 on the other. Again, take your time with these. We're not in a rush because we're already almost done with the warm-up. So we're going to do this. This is almost like a corrective exercise for us, gets our body moving in the right ways. And then we're going to have a little Z-hop coming up next. So bring it up. We'll give everyone just 1 second to finish up here. Now, Z-hops are going to be 20 total reps. The goal of this one is just to keep the feet together, hopping side to side and making that Z. So 20 total hops, just like Heather's got her feet together right here, being light and knocking out 20 total jumps. So good. This will be the last exercise of our warm-up, so we're going to get right into it today. Our first superset is going to kind of feel like an extension of the warm-up. It's a lot of mobility work, so we're kind of rushing through the warm-up. Not rushing, but getting through it quick, because then we get into our first superset, and you're going to need a kettlebell for this one, or if you got a dumbbell, we can make that work as well. But we're going to start out with a standing squat mobility drill. So what that means is Heather's going to start with the kettlebell up in her hands, and I can do this one with her as well. So we're going to start right up at the chest. Set yourself up for a squat, right? Feet are under the shoulders, the core is nice and tight. You start the movement by pushing your hips back. When we get to the bottom, try to bring your elbows inside your knees. We leave the kettlebell on the ground. From here, hips come up, kettlebell stays on the ground. Try to lengthen those legs, and then come down back into the squat. Curl the weight back up, and we stand. There's 1 rep. We're going to be there for 25 seconds. So you got some time. We'll go right down into that next rep there as well. I'll tell you the cadence again once we get there, just so we remember it. And then exercise 2 is going to be our goat belly. So we're not going to take any, it's kind of like a superset. We do have time in between, so it's like a circuit superset type of deal. But goat belly, driving that kettlebell into your stomach, and then it's a hinge movement. So it's just like your deadlift. Back stays nice and flat. It keeps your core nice and tight. So at the bottom, she's got that nice flat back. So you can see I could put a little bottle of water on there and it wouldn't fall, right? That's what we're looking for at the bottom. Actively drive that kettlebell into your stomach, and that's going to keep your core nice and tight. So there's our first superset. We're going to get into it right away. Grab your weight, and we are going to go in 10 seconds. Let me start the timer. So boom, squat mobility drill. Again, start with the elbows in, squat down, hips come up, back down, and up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, squat, weight down, hips up, boom, feel that stretch in the legs, back down, and then standing up nice and tall. So there's a lot going on in this one today, but it's mobility. So get down to the bottom, think about driving those knees out, keeping the chest tall. You got 7 seconds, probably time for about 1 more rep here. Good, good. 2, 1, and rest. So boom, done with that. We got 25 seconds, and we're going to go into a goat belly next. So again, grabbing that kettlebell and actively driving it into the stomach. You can do this with the dumbbell as well, but we're going to keep it tight to the core. We're hinging. You want it just below your sternum there. So it's going to challenge you a little bit in the posterior chain. It's going to challenge your core. Let's do it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So perfect. She's driving the kettlebell into the stomach. That keeps that low back nice and flat. She's in that tabletop position. The knees, they're not locked out on this one. We got that nice soft bend in the knees, and that gives us that tug in the hamstring that we're looking for. 10 seconds here. Good, really good. A little lower body mobility coming into play. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right. One round of it down. We got 2 more to go. About 20 seconds to rest here, and we'll get right into our next squat mobility. So again, get nice and deep into it. The goal is to get low into that squat so your elbows are almost inside your knees. Leave the weight down, and then the hips come up. It's like a stretch. There's a lot of stretching that goes on in this one. Here we go. 3 seconds, 2, 1, let's go. Boom, knock it down. Hips come up, legs are nice and long. Perfect, perfect. So if you're struggling with any point in this, just take it nice and slow. Work on getting into those ranges of motion. Nice. Core stays tight, stand up tall. You got 8 seconds, probably again time for one more. Boom, nice and deep. Curl it up, you get a little bicep work in there too. 2, 1, rest. All right, goat belly is coming up next. You got that 25-second rest again. Again, we're looking for that good hinge. Now, there's a sumo deadlift coming up in our next superset. This is setting you up for that. So think about your hinge, think about the posterior chain. Feet are right underneath the hips for this one. Soft bend in the knees, feel it in the hamstrings. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Boom, nice flat back is what we are focused on here. Perfect, elbows stay in tight. Again, you're actively pushing into the core, and that's gonna keep your core really, really tight. You got 10 seconds of perfect reps here to the end, finishing nice and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right. Another 25-second rest. We're going to go through that one more time. So one more time through the squat mobility and one more time through the goat belly. And then we'll get into superset number 2, where we start to really add some weight and get some of that resistance training going. So 10 seconds to get a quick water, take a quick breath. And we are back into the squat mobility drill. Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good. Nice proud chest. As we get into this, as you do the even more reps, you're going to try to bring those hips even lower with every one. So your reps right now should be even lower than your first round today. But it's looking good. Everything is feeling good now. We got some squats in our third superset today that we are getting you ready for with this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, let's finish this one off with a goat belly. Then we'll take a break as we demo our next superset. So 20 seconds again. Find that good hinge. We're working that posterior chain, getting you ready for our sumo deadlifts that come actually next in our next superset. 10 seconds. All right, let's do this. Goat bellies. Here we go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. 25 seconds, and then we got that rest coming. Good. Again, keep pushing that weight into the stomach. Think about you bracing the core so it's not just, pushing into your stomach. The core is tight. It's putting pressure on the kettlebell. Kettlebell's putting pressure on the stomach. Everything's tight. There we go. 6 seconds. About 2 good reps here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. There we go. That's superset number 1. Grab a drink of water, and we will get right into superset number 2. All right, now let's get into superset number 2. Feeling great after that first one. Superset number 2, we're going to introduce 2 new moves, starting with a sumo deadlift. It's going to be the same format, 25-25, but we are going to go through 4 rounds now. So to set up with the sumo deadlift, we're going to get a little bit wider stance than you would regularly deadlift with, and then we're going to point those toes out. So about a 45-degree angle to a little bit more, anywhere in that range. We're going to grab that kettlebell, and I want you to drive the knees out at the bottom. So still think hinge, right? The low back is nice and flat, and then stand up, bring those knees in Perfect. So Heather's doing a really good job here keeping the low back flat. It's still that hinge movement. It's a little bit less range of motion because you got the feet nice and wide, but lock those knees out up at the top. So perfect. There's going to be our first 25 seconds. Move number 2, we're going to grab a set of weights, or if you have one, we'll talk about that in a second, but we got a push press. Now, for the push press, we're going to focus a lot on the dip drive technique. So we're going to start with the feet right underneath the hips, right? Chest nice and tall, elbows are high, dip down. We got just a little bit of bend in the hips, a little bit of bend in the knees, like we're about to do a vertical jump. So this is where all of our power is coming from, and then we're using the lower body to help get up above the head, lock it out, reset into your next rep. 25 seconds there, and then we'll take that next 25-second break. So 25 seconds of work, 25 seconds of rest. We'll go through that 4 times. Grab your weights, and we're going to get right into it here. About 20 seconds. So if you got to grab weights and get everything ready, do that now. I'm going to start the timer again, and we are going to go here, team. 10 seconds. So again, starting out with that sumo deadlift. Feet are nice and wide. Toes are pointed out. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So perfect. Hinging down, bringing that back, keeping it flat. Again, it's that tabletop position. So if I were to set a cup of water, boom, right on the low back, wouldn't spill because it is perfectly flat. You got 10 seconds to go here, so get a couple more really good quality reps. Good. And then in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Perfect. 1 round down, we're going to go into the push press next, so you can throw that kettlebell off to the side, grab your set of weights, or if you only have one, that's okay. Just stick with the same side the entire time. It's still right here. We'll alternate sides every round since we have 4. So 10 seconds here. I'm just going to get this out of your way for you. Perfect. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Remember to dip and drive. 1. Let's go. 25 seconds. So be powerful, explosive on this one. If you got to come down, absorb the force a little bit, get down, drive. Get from the bottom to the top as fast as you can. Boom, perfect. This one is a short, kind of explosive type of movement. 10 seconds to go. Couple reps gets you to the end here. Good, there we go. Keep those elbows in front. 3, 2, 1, and rest. There's one superset right there. We got 3 more to go. So if you did single-sided push press, remember which side you're on, but we are going to go back to the sumo deadlift next. So I'm going to have Heather turn actually on this one just so you can get the front angle a little bit as well. So you can see how wide the feet are. The toes are nice and wide. Let's do this, team. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it. Good. So one other thing to think about on this one is driving the knees out a little bit. Not a ton. You don't want to keep them, all the way to the outside of the feet, but you always want your knees kind of over that middle toe. So as you're coming forward, as you're hinging, think about driving out. Perfect. There we go. Activating the outside of your glutes, the outside of your thighs. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Perfect. Another one down. We're going to go back to the push press now. So take a quick second. You can always grab drinks of water. You got 25 seconds. Got 15 left though. So good, push press. Again, we're gonna move those dumbbells fast. Get from the bottom to the top, fast as you can. 10. Let's do this. 25 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good, dip, drive. Perfect. Now get to that bottom, explode. You should get from here to there as fast as you can. If your weight's heavy and you need to absorb the force a little bit on the way down, you can always do that. Good. 10 seconds to go. Let's see those quality reps to the finish line now. Good. We got 5, 4, 3, best rep of the round, 2, 1, and rest. All right. We're halfway done with that superset. We're going to go through this sumo deadlift and the push press 2 more times, but get set up for that sumo deadlift again. So perfect. Now again, you got to see that front angle last time with a nice wide stance. Still that hinging motion, right? So the only difference from our regular deadlift to our sumo deadlift is that lower body. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you still go straight down with the weight. You still have that nice flat back, that tabletop position at the bottom. You still got the tension in the hamstrings when you get down there. Perfect, perfect. Good. So that's a really good adjustment there as well. If you're, you don't need your feet quite all the way sideways. About that 45-degree angle is where we need them. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Only got one more time of hitting the sumo deadlifts, but we got 2 more push presses. So we are going to go hit that next. Got about 15 seconds. Again, dip and drive. These are the same muscles that get you to jump. So think about like how high you can jump, right? How fast you can get from that bottom of your jump to the explosive top part. Here we go. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Perfect. Now, as an option in the last round, if you actually want to do some vertical jumps, I would absolutely let you do that. It is the same motion. It is the same muscles you're working. A little bit less shoulders because we're hitting that overhead press, but it's that explosive lower body movement. So 10 seconds here. Finish up this round. 5, 4, best rep of the round. 3, 2, 1, rest. Perfect. We got one more time through. Superset of sumo deadlifts, push presses, and then we'll move on to our last superset of the day. Now, last round of sumo deadlifts, make it your best. Control the weight, it doesn't control you. 10 seconds. Good. And let's do this, team. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hinging, bringing it down. You can see that weight travels in that straight line with her as well. So it's not coming forward, it's not coming back, it's straight down and straight up. 15 seconds. Good, very good. Last 10, make these last couple reps really good. We did that goat belly to get ready for this movement today. So knock it out. 3, 2, 1, rest. Done with your deadlifts. We're gonna hit that last round of push presses. So one more round. Again, dip drive is coming into play. If you want to hit vertical jumps instead of the push press this round, I'm okay with that, but that will be up to you. Try to knock out some really good reps there. 25 seconds. Then we got that longer break as we demo our next 2 moves. So let's knock it out here, team. Let's go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Now, longer break coming, so you can push this round just a little bit more. You can dig just a little bit deeper. We'll have about 2 minutes of rest in between these 2 supersets, so lots of time. And you got about 12 seconds to get some really good work done. Maybe if you want to increase that tempo a little bit, driving, get a little bit more powerful towards the end, we would love that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. We got 2 minutes to get to that next superset. So 2 new moves coming at you. Grab a drink of water while we watch these 2. First one is going to be a single arm front squat. So you can grab a dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever works for you on this one, but it's a unilateral move. So it's gonna try to pull you down a little bit on that side, and you gotta keep yourself even. So if you have a mirror, if you have some way to watch yourself, watch your shoulders on this one, it would be great. So we're gonna squat down, just like your regular squat, right? Into that squat mobility drill is getting us ready for this. Shoulders stay square, the weight doesn't pull us down. We get to the bottom and we drive through those heels. The spine is nice and neutral, the chest is nice and tall. We'll go 1 round on one side and we'll switch the next round. So you do the full 25 seconds on one side. After that, we're gonna go down into our plank position for a round the world plank. So starting in your high plank, we're just gonna go around the world, starting with an arm, go to the leg, boom, other leg, back to the front, and it's literally just going around the world, lifting each limb and trying to eliminate that extra movement. So if you've taken some of the Coach Care Connect workouts in the past, we'll talk a lot about being quiet with your body. So as she's lifting an arm up, as she's lifting a leg up, the hips don't turn, the body is nice and stable. And I think we can just keep having her do these for a while. No, we got 40 seconds here, so get yourself ready. We got those 2 minutes, full 2 minutes. It'll be the same format in this superset, 25 seconds of work, 25 seconds of rest, and we're gonna go through it 4 times. So 30 seconds to get yourself ready. Grab a drink of water if needed, and we will go. So, single arm front squat. It is coming your way in 15 seconds. Pick one side. Remember which side you do because we'll do the next side in your next round. So again, 4 rounds, 10 seconds. 25 seconds of work. Let's do this. Last superset of the day, and then we got some belly breathing. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Perfect. So the elbow stays in tight on that one. As we get tired, kind of tends to open our chest up a little bit, but we're going to squeeze that dumbbell, keep it tight. The shoulders stay square. The weight is not pulling us forward. It's not pulling our shoulder down. The core is tight. The core is getting a lot of work, and you might not even feel it. It's the best part about it. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. So we're going to bring it down now, around the world planks. So high plank position. You got 20 seconds still, so take a little bit of time. Now start with the hands on this one. So start with the arms. What I want you to do is pause for 1 second, just one this round. 1 second with each limb, and then bring it back down. Here we go, 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Now you can always take this one down to the knees as well. I forgot to tell you about the option. So maybe you start up on the toes, knock out some quick reps, and then drop it down to the knees. It's still the same thing. You would just lift that back leg and extend a little bit. Get a little bit more booty work, taking it down from the knees, more glutes. Good, 8 seconds here. So finishing up your first round of these, we got 4 of them. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. So boom, we're done with the first round of that superset. We got 3 more to go. We're gonna go to the other side in your single arm front squat next. So hopefully you remember which side you got, because we're going to the other one. Good, so lower body's working, core is working hard this superset. Let's get down to it here. 7 seconds. Here we go. Start each squat again by pushing those hips back. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good, nice proud chest. Again, that weight is trying to pull you forward. You're gonna keep the core tight, sit back. It's like you're sitting back into a chair, right? So you're sitting down, slowly lower the butt, drive back up to the top. Weight is in the heels, so at the bottom you could wiggle the toes if you needed to. Not saying you should, but you got a little bit of weight in the heels, not too much in the toes. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, done with that one. We're going back to the around the world plank next. Again, just so you can see it while you're not working, let's show them from the knees here. So it's the same thing. You just drop it to the knees, the hips stay forward, arms would come up, and the legs, it's just a little bit different. You just gotta extend that foot out just a little bit. So if that's your option, that works great. But we got 5 seconds. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Now we still got that 1 second pause with each limb. 1 second. There we go. Not moving the body. Now we can widen out the feet a little bit if you need a little bit more of a base. If you feel yourself rocking all over the place with each rep, widen out those feet and it will really, really help you. 8 seconds here. Couple more reps to get you to the end. Core is working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Halfway through our last superset. We got 2 more rounds. Single arm front squats and some around the world planks. 2 more rounds and we are done with our work for the day. So end is in sight. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Here we go. Hopefully you guys got a good sweat going. 10 seconds. Single arm front squats. We're back to the original side now. So whatever side you started with, we're back to it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Now, Heather does a really good job getting nice and deep into that squat. You can see what I usually try to do with my squats is get the hip pocket below the knee. And Heather does a really good job of getting nice and deep. She's got that 90-degree angle in the knees, and that's going to strengthen all those muscles around the knee. It's going to make us stronger in our stability. We're just walking around every day, getting up off the ground. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Around the world planks coming next. One thing I really just love about squatting with the full range of motion is it actually protects our knees. So it makes it more stable, protects the ACL, MCL, all the CLs in there, all the ligaments, tendons, everything. So strengthen the muscles around and everything else gets better. Here we go. Around the world planks, you got 5 seconds to get yourself ready. Round 3 of 4. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Good. Now, we're still staying with that 1 second pause. The last round, we're gonna do 3 second pauses. So you know those are coming. That's gonna be finishing up our work today. That's gonna be the last little bit of exercise you got. So we're gonna make it a little bit more challenging to make sure we're getting you closer to your goals today. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, 2 more movements. Front squats and our around the world planks, and that is it today. So let's get our front squats set up. Again, we're going to the side you haven't done twice. If you don't know which side that is, then just guess. Right? I can't help you. 10 seconds. All right, team. Again, strengthening the knees, keeping the core tight, keeping the shoulders even. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Get deep into that squat. You can see she's got the knee right over that middle toe. The chest is nice and tall. Now, what I love about a good squat is you can see it's straight down, straight up on that. We're not rocking side to side. A lot of time when we have imbalances in our body, we kind of favor one leg. But we're looking really good here. Last couple seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, we got one movement left, and it is our around the world plank with 3-second pauses for the last round. So hold it up, 3 seconds, everything's stable. You probably will only get around the body like 2, maybe 3 times this round. So it's gonna go quick, but it's our last round. So we gotta make it the most challenging, right? One 25-second interval, and that is it. We'll get some belly breathing, and we will get you on out of here for the rest of your day. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, 25 seconds. Perfect. Now, if you're struggling with any of these movements today, we have a coach at your local AF, your local Anytime, that can help you out, get you into the right positions, and make sure that you are doing the right things to get you closer to your goals. 10 seconds here. Keep going with those pauses. Last couple. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. There it is, team. What we're going to do next is you can grab a drink of water. We're going to bring it down to the ground. You can actually lay on the ground. I know that's interesting after getting done with a workout, but if you got to walk around a little bit, let the heart rate come down, that works. But we are going to get into some belly breathing, some box breathing today. So let me tell you a little bit about it. So Heather's already in the right position here. We're going to look to get our feet flat on the ground. So a little bit of bend in the knees or the legs straight. Either way works for me. Arms are going to be at the sides, and what I want you to do is focus on filling the stomach and chest up with air when we breathe in, and as we exhale, we slowly try to compress everything and breathe all of our air out. Now, while I'm talking, I want you to just take some nice deep breaths, hold it for a second, exhale, hold it for a second, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with our box breathing today. So box breathing is a great exercise to calm you down. I use it to sleep at night sometimes. After exercise, it's really good to just give your nervous system, your central nervous system, a break and let it recharge. Box breathing is 3-second inhale. So inhale for 3, 3-second hold, 3-second exhale, 3-second hold. So inhale for 3, hold for 3, exhale for 3, hold for 3. So I'm going to start just counting it out. I'll take you through about 3, maybe 4 of them. I'll give you the sign off. I'll, get you guys out of here, but I want you to take about 10 minutes, maybe even 5-10 minutes. Just focus on your belly breathing. If you fall asleep, it's okay. Set an alarm. You'll be all right. So here we go. Now, what I want you to do, we're going to start by exhaling all of our air. In 3, 2, 1, exhale all of it out. Just keep going until you have it all. Hold it for a second. And now here we go. So breathe in for 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold. Okay, start counting with me. 2, 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, keep going. On your own now, you're still doing it. This is going to be what we have for you guys today. As you guys are belly breathing, just know that we are thankful that you came out and spend the best or the worst 35 minutes of your day with us. Either way, though, you got it done. Me and Coach Heather both thank you so much. We will see you next time. Thank you again for coming out and working out with us today.